Hello and welcome to week 6 of my Christmas series. I'm Dawn Robles. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in the Phoenix metro area, and today's project is another gift card holder. Now, I'm getting ready to go to convention this weekend, and my girlfriends or my teammates, whatever you want to call them, we like to get together after conference and the night before. We always have our wine and we just catch up on what we've missed in each other's lives for the year. So a really special occasion. I wanted to give them a cute gift, and I found these really cool lip glosses. So they are simply like a lip stain and they work really well. And I thought, well, let me create a little gift. So I'm going to put like a Starbucks gift card in here and a bottle of this and call it good. I think it's a really cute, unique gift. I'm going to share with you how to make that. I have also made in the past the same concept that holds 5 Hershey Nuggets. You can always go to my channel and check that out as well, because I have a video for that, and that'll look something like this, okay? Just haven't done the Christmas ones yet. The other thing is, to create this, I did not use typical Christmas products. I did use a sediment from the Sweet Candy Canes, but that is all I used. I am using the Brewed For You set, and I'm going to use the Belgian beer glass and the liquid that goes inside of there to create a wine glass. So use what you have in your, right? Use what you have. If we didn't have a wine glass, I just created myself a nice big one. The other thing that I want to share with you is that the paper is actually from a new suite that was released November 1st called the Fitting Florets Suite. Now this suite includes 2 stamp sets, your dies, your oval frames, love them. It's got the leaves and the flowers, some gold embellishments, and some DSP. So if you love the entire set, I would recommend ordering it soon, because when the embellishments and the DSP and the Christmas stamp run out, it's while supplies last. So when they run out, they run out. But the great news is the framed florets will actually be carried over into our next catalog, so you'll still have the opportunity to get it then. However, I've got a special going on the month of November. If you order the framed florets bundle or the suite, I have a PDF with 10 projects for you for free, just for ordering the sets through my online store. Now, not all of these designs are mine. I had the pleasure of working with 10 really great demonstrators that came up and put all this together for us. So, again, if you place your order through my online store, I will email you that PDF for free. Today, I am using one of the papers from that suite, and I am going to turn it into a Christmas paper. So I'm running low on DSP. I, of course, didn't order all of it, which I should have, but I didn't. So I have to make do with what I have. And an easy way for this print right here, all you have to do is color these little berries with a cherry cobbler or a real red marker or a blends, and you can turn it into a Christmas paper, because now it looks like holly berries, right? So that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm just going to use a print from another sheet, the little ferns for my background. But you can see that it's really beautiful paper. Now our die cuts actually cut out this flower as well, so you don't have to sit and color everything. I've showed you all of that. Here's another really pretty print. To me, it's more spring. This, I think you could get away with using as a Christmas paper as well. Non-traditional colors, but very pretty. Could be used with any Christmas stuff. And then we have this, and we have the gingham on the back of that, which again is a very great Christmas print. So if you're interested, go ahead and get those things ordered. And like I said, I'm going to use the Brewed for You to get my wine glass. I'm going to use the Belgian beer glass and the die cut for this. And then I just pulled a sentiment out of my sweet candy canes. I pulled out the Christmas cheer sentiment from that. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'll move this stuff to the side. One thing I don't know if I told you already is I designed this, so this is 7/8. The box is 7/8 squared and 4 inches tall. It does hold the lip tint, but it also holds, like, I think my daughters bought this at Ulta. It holds a tube of mascara. It held some liquid eyeliner, so you can use different things in there as well. So today I'm going to use this one because I am going to go with the cherry cobbler. So we're going to set this aside. I'll push these out of the way. And I'll let you know what supplies we're going to need. So we're going to start with a piece of 6 3/4 by 9 1/4 evening evergreen cardstock. And then I'm going to need a coordinating piece of designer series paper that is cut at 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then another piece of DSP that is cut at 2 1/2 by 3 7/8. A piece of DSP that is cut at 3/4 by 3 7/8. You'll need a window sheet that is cut at 3/4 by 3 1/4. You'll need some scraps for your stamping. And then a piece of cherry cobbler that I'm going to use with the double oval punch. And then, like I said, some scraps. I went ahead and stamped and die cut the wine glass. So the first thing we're going to do is bring in my scoreboard. So we're going to bring in the scoreboard here. And on the 6 3/4 inch side, I'm going to score that at 1/2 inch, 1 3/8. I'm going to go down to 5 3/8 and 6 1/4. I'm going to rotate that, and I'm going to score at 2 5/8. Then I'm going to move down and I'm going to score at 6 1/8. 7, 7 1/8, 7 7/8, and 8 3/4. Okay, so that is all the scoring we have there. And then I'm going to do this. What you can do here is I'm going to get rid of these pieces here. Oh, my chalk marker's out. So I'm going to get rid of all of this. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of this. For me, you can use your long scissors. But for me, I'm just going to come over here to my cutting board and cut those long pieces out. Again, if you line it up right at 1 3/8 on either side and go up, you'll get rid of your score line. You'll cut on your score lines there. And then I will bring this piece back in and I'm going to cut down. Like so. This piece here is going to be my glue tab, and I'm just going to do a nice miter cut there. Same thing on this side, nice miter cut. Okay. and then up my score lines here. Okay, I'm going to fold in the middle tabs right here. These are going to be our box closures. And then I'm just going to trim off that first score line there and there. And I'm going to miter each side, but I don't want to miter it super hard. If you take too much off, your box will just pop open and you don't want that. So I'd rather take a little bit off, and then if I have to cut more, I can. Otherwise, we'll be good to go. Same thing here. I'm going to cut these off and then just do a little tiny miter. Just like so. Okay. Then we can go ahead and fold and burnish on our score lines. Oh, and the one thing I didn't tell you is we do need our stitch rectangle dies to create our window. I totally spaced that one off, and you're going to be using the smallest, thinnest rectangle die. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutting board once again. And let's see, it's going to fold up like this because I want it on this side. So I want to create a diagonal cut here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make myself a little tick mark at 2¼ inches. So I'm just going to take my stylus and I'm going to put a little tick mark right there. And so I know to cut from this line up to this score line here. So I'm going to line that up in my cutting track. So the score line goes here and my tick mark will come here. And there we have our nice slant. I'll do the same thing with the designer series paper. So I'm going to just kind of line that up where I want it. And I'm just going to take a pencil mark. I'm just going to mark it, kind of eyeball it where I want it, and I'll line that up on my track. And give that a whack. And then that piece will fit in there nicely, just the way I wanted it. Okay? So that is done. Then I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to attach my 3/4 by 3 7/8 piece to the middle panel, the panel with the 1/2 inch score lines that we left. So, and you're going to want to do this with just some regular tape runner. So just use your seal because we're going to cut a lot of this away. And if you use like your Seal Plus and stuff, that makes it very, very difficult for the die to cut through. I learned that the hard way. So I'm going to line this up. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my die. Like I said, this is going to be your smallest rectangle that you have, in the thinnest, smallest rectangle, and then I'm just going to line that up. This is just some Post-it tape so I can keep it in place because it is such a small die. And then I'm just going to die cut this. So if you give me a second, I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm back. I'm just going to remove this here, and then this centerpiece should just pop right out if you just kind of, if it doesn't want to give all the way. I ran it through like twice, back and forth twice, and then you can save that for another project if you want. The best thing I can recommend is if you either get the 1/8 inch score tape from Amazon like I told you about the other day. This is 1/8, or if you use just some liquid glue, just keep it very, very close because you do not have a lot of room to put your window sheet in here. So I cut it extremely close. So again, I'm just going to put in, for video's sake, a lot of times I do this with glue, but for time's sake here, I'm going to use the score tape. Give that a good burnish. Oh, I pulled that right off. I did not burnish that good. One thing you will notice that I've noticed with this tape is that it really does work better if you burnish it to your cardstock. It just seems to adhere better. Our tear and tape doesn't do that, but this one seems to do that. Now I'm going to take my 3/4 inch by 3 1/4 window sheet, and I'm going to make sure that I line it up between those two score lines. Okay. And then I'm just going to take like a micro soft rag, and I'm just going to wipe that because I had a lot of fingerprints on it, I seen. Okay. And then you've put your window in your box, so now we can adhere all of our papers. I just noticed I forgot to put my rings on today. So again, if you're using directional paper, make sure that you place it on there the correct way. I've been known to mess that up. On this one, I like to use liquid glue so I can get up in the point there. But you can use your stamp and seal just as easily. It's just me. And then I'm just going to line up my paper there. Press it down. Got that ready. So you see it's going to be pretty here. Now we're just going to add a little bit of our tear and tape. This is the Stampin' Up! Tear and tape. This is like my best friend, especially during the holiday season when I'm putting together so many projects and getting ready for craft fairs. Tear and tape is by far my best friend. Okay, and then I'm going to run some tear and tape on the bottom here to keep this closed. Okay, so as you guys can see, I've put tear and tape here and I've put tear and tape here. This is a pretty tight fit, so I don't recommend using our tear and tape because it's 1/4 inch. To secure that, you can just use a bead of liquid glue, or again your 1/8 inch score tape. To be honest with you, I typically will use just a bead of glue right there. And you don't even have to put it there because it won't slide out, but ay, ay, ay. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the backing on the tape, and this is why I like Stampin' Up. I don't have to fight with theirs so much. And I'm just going to fold that over. Okay, I'm going to give it a good press. I did make sure that this went just a little further in case this doesn't line up. They usually do, but so I'm going to remove backing on the tear and tape, and then I'm going to fold over on this third score line right here. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to fold over on this, and I'm going to fold my tab over, and I'm going to butt it up right next to the gift card holder here. So if you can see that, and then I'm just going to fold it this way, and there you've created your box. And I bring that down. I am going to trim. The corner rounders do not work on something this little for me, so I just take a little notch out of both sides, and then I will close up my box, hopefully. Yes, I did. Okay. So now I've got my box, and you can add your lip gloss right there, your little wine bottle, and close it up. As you can see, it does shake around a little bit, and if you don't want that to shake around, you can pull in one of the removable glue dots. I got these at Michael's, but you can get them on Amazon as well. And I just take the bottom of my wine bottle and I put it right on. It fits perfectly. I got the 1/2 inch removable glue dots, so it's not permanent. It pulls right up. And I'm just going to slide that in so I get it right where I want it. Give it a little press, and then I'll close the top up here. Oh, and then I'm going to trim my closure too again. And there you go. Now all we have to do is decorate it. Isn't it so cute? I love it. I can't wait to see the girls' face when I do it. So I'm going to, again, use my oval punch. I'm going to use cherry cobbler, and I'm going to punch me an oval. And then I'm going to take some white cardstock and punch me another oval. Okay, using my evening evergreen, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, Christmas cheer. And I'm going to make sure that I stamp it to the right side so we have room to add our wine glass. Y'all see that? Looks good. And then I'm just going to take some seal on the back of that and add it to my scalloped oval. And then if you were going to do the wine glass or the Belgian glass from the Brood for You, I would stamp that in my memento. Like that. And then I bring in my cherry cobbler and take my drink punch and ink that up real nice. And then I would put my cherry cobbler in here. Beautiful, looks like a Cabernet or a Merlot. And then, because I like glitter, glitter, I'm taking my Wink of Stella, sorry, that was lame. Anyway, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, and then I'm just going to add some glitter in here. I'm going to go up where it's white, and then, as you can see, you can transfer that cherry cobbler. It'll turn this a lighter pink. Just go gently. And we got glitter. So I don't know if you can see the sheen that, can you see it? Kind of blurry, huh? There you can see the glitter that pen adds. It's like one of my favorite tools in the craft room. Is it necessary? No, but does it bring lots of beautiful shine? Yes, it does. Now I'm going to just add a touch of Pool Party to the bottom here, just so it doesn't look so shadow, and a little bit right down here. And then I would take my die cut and cut that out. Okay, so we would get our die cuts over here. And then you can just, whoops, run that through your die cutting machine. And presto, there you go. This is like, I love this set so much, but I come from some beer drinkers, so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my beer glass, or my wine glass, sorry, to the Christmas cheer, just using a little wet glue. Just kind of place it where I think it'll look good. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of wet glue here. And you can even put it at an angle if you want. Looks kind of cute that way. And then I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals. Uno, dos, tres. And there you go. You can add, like if you bought the gold embellishments from the framed florets, that would look great. I'm just using the basic red rhinestones right out of the annual catalog. I know I use cherry cobbler, but it still makes it pop. So I'm just going to take one of those, and I think I'm just going to add it right there and give it a little bit of color. So that's your project today. I hope you loved it. If you need catalog or have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'd love to help you. Go out there, have a great week, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye for now. Oh, one thing I do want to share with you, I'm sorry, is that the measurements for this project will be right after the video. So the screen is going to go black for a minute, and then the dimensions will pop up.